We're going to set up a bunker here.
And with that, we'll get into chapter 32, Securing Passage. So now we have to kind of figure out how we're going to get through the lightning straits. As Volke is talking with Jose, with Karna, Volke accepts that the crew of the Sun Chaser is not going to risk themselves, nor will Volke himself allow them to try to make it through the lightning straits. As Volke's pondering this, he does end up falling asleep, and he does go back into the dreamscape as Zelfree. And Zelfree ends up toying with this pirate that he's on the Red Falcon with Eventide and Ruma. He's just toying with this pirate, like giving him pointers on how, swordplay, and like, oh, maybe you should tighten your grip, or maybe you should have a better stance, or this, that, and the other. Like, are you not trying to kill him, or are you just what are we doing here?
Forever the teacher, just
right. So Zelfree's just playing with him, and at the end of the lesson, Zelfree teaches him one last and shoves him over the overboard of the ship. So he's off the ship now. There comes up another ship alongside them, about to give him a volley of cannon fire, and Eventide puts up the barrier around the Red Falcon to protect it. And then she's just like, you know what? I think we're gonna just ram into it. And she very cleverly uses her barrier to ram into the other ship too. And I really gotta say that I love these ocean battles that are included, because again, we see all the fun stuff that happens with the, in the tournament, in the second and the third book. We got all these one-on-one battles, and then we get this awesome ocean battle with ships involved, not just cannon volleys, and we get a little bit more one-on-one on the ship, and more of those swashbuckling tales and aspects of the series that Shammy did create with it. So like I said, I really love it. And so Eventide is trying to find who is smuggling Kirin's.
And the one advantage they have is Zelfree, with his mimic magic, can sense mystical creatures, so he doesn't sense a Kirin. So it is one way that they are able to narrow down, like, yes, this pirate ship is smuggling, or no, this pirate ship isn't smuggling Kirin. Probably smuggling something else, but not Kirin.
And then his dream kind of fast forwards, and I always, whenever these happen, I always think of like Wayne's World. And so we shimmer into the next scene of the dream, and Zelfree and Lynus meet up. And Lynus is now a manticore arcanist, and he is very proud of this, which, kudos to Lynus. He wanted to become an arcanist. He's an arcanist now. He's a super strong arcanist, because we know how manticores are. And Zelfree convinces Lynus to actually create a mutiny and overthrow Captain Redbeard, which, from the sounds of it, probably wasn't the worst of things to have happen anyways.
Yeah, Redbeard doesn't seem like a upstanding citizen.
Exactly. So, it is probably for the best for everybody anyways. Lynus does keep making hints throughout the scene that he wants to introduce Traces to his manticore. And Zelfree does get a quip in there about how Lynus is such a dog person. He got a cat. And with that ends chapter 35 for us this week. We'll be continuing next week with 36 through 40, and then we'll basically be like 2 or 3 episodes later from that, and we'll be done with Arcane Plague Arcanist. Oh my gosh.
Flip that and reverse it.
We do want to thank everybody for listening, and we want to make mention that Time Marked Warlock will be out for ebook and audiobook on the same date, on August 20th. That'll be about 3 weeks from the episode that this episode airs, so be on the lookout for it for those that enjoy Shammy Snowball's works. I know, as being part of the advanced reader's copy, the book is amazing. Obviously, won't say anything until it's released. But Shammy has gotten many a glowing review so far. We are all excited, I'm sure, to have that released, and I'm excited to see how well it does, being part of that team. So is there anything else you want to add in, Scott?
No, I'm just excited for her to come out with more and more series. Like, being a part of it as well, reading through it, it's extremely good if you're a fan of kind of the magic mystery type of deals. Jim Butcher, any of his works, it's very much along a similar line.
If you looking for something else along with Shammy's works, the Nexus Games is a great literary RPG series. I know she's got like the Star Mark. She's got a couple other series as well. But with that, I think we'll end this week's episode, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Eric, Scott, and I want to thank everyone for listening today. We post a new episode every Wednesday morning at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, and 8 Pacific Standard Time. We are on all podcasting platforms and are also on YouTube as well for video. After the additional episode airs, we post chapter-by-chapter videos every day in a smaller, easier-to-digest format. We do want to give a special shout-out to the final member of our team, Dan Mackison, one of the admins for the Frith Chronicles Wiki, link listed below, and doing his best to keep everything running smoothly behind the scenes. If you want to reach out to us, you can email us at frithguildpod@gmail.com or on Facebook or any other social media by searching for Frith Guild Podcast. Just to remind everybody, we have links to everything in the description below on both the podcast and YouTube.
My mouse died, and then I'm charging it right now, and then it disconnected.
Oh no. Gotta go back to